The north side can be considered a lot of things to a lot of people. From the wheelers and dealers, to the athletes, to the aspirational people, to the killers, to the crackheads, to everybody, right? The mothers and kids. It could be considered a lot of things. It could be considered safe, a place of familiarity, dangerous. But one thing it's considered to me is home. From the Hostess Bakery smells at 7 o'clock in the evening every day, to playing Matthew Dickey, or playing at Matthew Dickey, to arguing with people from Herbert Hoover. You feel me? But that's what made us. And ever since that tornado, it feels like they trying to forget about us. So these films or these videos are here to give y'all a glimpse into the people that are born, bred, and still live here. So as I sit on the porch of the house that I grew up in, and I almost was born in, except for it's right across the street, I bring to you, this is the North.
Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Marty K. Casey with Ungun Institute, and I am standing right here on the sidewalk, the very place where I used to come outside every day and play, be it that we was playing double dutch or we was hopscotching, kickball, hide and go seek, you name it. This is where it happened, right here at 4816 Lee and Shreve. This is such a historical community that a lot of people don't even realize. Reason being is that all four of these corners are owned by the same black men for over 50 years and is still owned by them. We're talking about Hooper's Bakery, Riddick's Cleaners, Luther's Hand Car Wash, and Luther and Neil's Barbershop. Can you imagine growing up and not really understanding the value of owning your own business, of entrepreneurship, and then later on finding out that these businesses are still owned by the same black people? That's what I grew up with. I grew up with my great-grandmother climbing out here on the roof and putting the Santa Claus with the 4 reindeers and looking like Santa was taking off. And the 41 Lee and River Rose bus would stop right in front of our house just so they could see all of the decorations, because we was prideful about our home. But not just our home, we was prideful about the community. We grew up where we come outside, and because there's just a gangway between you and the neighbors. Now, this is what I want you to realize. This used to be a house right here. My neighbors, Elisa and her grandmother, Jean, lived here, but their house unfortunately burned down a few years back. But I'm looking at this today and I'm like, man, we didn't have a whole lot of room between their house and our house. That was just a gangway, just a little slither where you can kind of run through and still, but you felt safe because the houses wasn't so far apart. You knew if you needed your neighbor, you needed a cup of sugar, you needed to borrow some grape Kool-Aid, you needed a sandwich or a popsicle, you could just ask your neighbor and say, neighbor, my mama not home yet, can I have a, and it was always a yes. There was no such thing as just having or knowing your neighbors. We knew our community. We had love that expanded from blocks and blocks and blocks. And that is what I love and I miss about community more than anything. Where I live now, I love my home and I love the area that I live in, but it is not what it was being here in the city, where you come outside and you wave from them across the street. Hey, how you doing? Hey, Jenny. And we talked to each other and we looked out for each other, and we did what was ever needed. We did it. And just the thought of thinking about that there are the politics that is trying to keep us from being that community that we once was, that they're letting politics stand in the way and get in the way. That is so concerning to me, because I just wish it was a way, and maybe this is the way, that we let people know and remind them that community is always going to be in your heart. Do you all know for the first time today that I actually met the new owner of this home? Because my great grandmother and her husband was one of the first blacks to even live in this area, in the Penrose Park area. They was the first blacks to own the home. I was the last person to be in this house, me and my daughter, when she was 5 years old, and I was a single mother, and I moved out. And this new family has moved in, and they've been here for 23 years. Today was the first day I met her. And I told her, I said, here's my number. If ever you decide to sell, you call me, because I'm going to buy the block back. And that's what we have to do. We have to be about our business, holding on to the spaces and the places that are embedded in our hearts, and understand that community is not just where you live, but it's how you live.
What's the word, y'all? I ain't went live in a couple days, just letting you know we still out here. Got my buddy here. But we still out trying to help the community. I'll show y'all the progress of everything.
We're still trying to help and give food to everyone. And I'm literally praying for the people that got hurt and didn't.
Yeah, there you go.
And so they will live a longer life.
Yeah, what she said.